Curious, have you ever purposefully tried to get revenge on someone only to realize it hurt them way worse than you intended? If so, what did you do? Verla's school kept telling her friends my sister was a whore. I accidentally spilled chili on her new shirt. Turns out a Graham had just died, and they had went shopping for that shirt together like the week before, making it the last thing she ever gave her. She was out of school for about a month for personal stuff, and to BF, my sister was a complete whore. My friend was on the bus waiting to leave school. A kid was being mouthy and pissing people off, so my friend said something along the lines of, "God, your parents must hate you." Turns out the kid was an orphan. We had one person in our group in university who was not pulling his weight. He would submit things translated from different languages that were not in English. He would submit them without any references, and he would never attend meetings. Looking back, he was probably just out of his means, but it didn't feel like he was even trying. My group decided, on a day he didn't come to class to, we assumed, purposely avoid a meeting we had planned for right after. To tell him we had had a very large test that day he had missed. We just sent some messages in the group chat saying that was a hard test, and does anyone know how much that was weighted? I know I failed. One look at the course outline and you could see we had not had a test. He dropped the class the next day. I was in grade 8. We had this new kid named Caleb move to our town. He came from a rough home in a different city and had been sent to live with his aunt and uncle in our small little town. Anyways, he managed to fit in pretty well and became friends with most of the boys in fairly short order. So, one day at recess, all the boys are playing basketball outside on a cement pad with hoops at either end. Caleb, hoping to show off how tough he is, decides to start not playing by the rules. He's committing hard fouls, literally punching other kids in the arm when they went up for shots. He missed one time and punched a kid in the face. And he says, "What? We're playing by street rules." A couple days later, he's still doing this and still using the same excuses. We've all told him to stop and play normal, but he won't. So I decide it's time to teach him a lesson. I get the ball right under the hoop, fake like I'm going up for the shot to get him off his feet. Then I bend the hips and get really low. His knees basically come in contact with my side and he does a full flip and lands flat on his ass. I stand back up, make my shot, and say street rules, right? It's at this point I notice he's actually in quite a lot of pain. Turns out he broke his tailbone, but when he recovered, you better damn well believe he played basketball by the rules. Find out what happened next in part 2 by pressing the plus.